Tonight on Hotty Toddy News, the IHL backpedaled on their previous stance and banned universities from mandating vaccines. We'll hear from members of the Ole Miss community on the decision. The Grove is in desperate need of a makeover after this past weekend. Find out what Ole Miss Landscaping is doing to prepare for the upcoming homecoming weekend. And Ole Miss students are taking self-defense classes to help ways to protect themselves in light of a recent rape allegations. We'll tell you how you can get involved. Hotty Toddy starts right now.
From the School of Journalism and New Media on the campus of the University of Mississippi, this is Hotty Toddy News.
Good evening and welcome to Hotty Toddy News. I'm Cameron Frank. The IHL changed their rules and banned universities from mandating vaccines. However, UM faculty and ASB Senate disagrees with the vote. Reporter Sarah Brooks Adams asks Ole Miss student and faculty how they feel about the ban.
ASB and UM Faculty Senate both passed resolutions in favor of vaccine mandates just days before the IHL prohibited universities in Mississippi from imposing them. Many UM students have mixed emotions about this decision, while some are relieved.
My body is my choice. If I chose to get vaccinated, then I should be vaccinated. If I chose not to be vaccinated, I shouldn't be vaccinated.
I think it should be a choice, even though it's safe for everyone to be fully vaccinated. I ultimately think it's a choice that everyone should have to make, by themselves.
Personally, I oppose any sort of mandate. I just don't believe that any public taxpayer dollars should be funding a university that's going to require something like that. That's just my take on it.
Others believe that health is wealth and wish the mandate would have passed.
I believe that the universities in Mississippi should mandate a vaccine for COVID-19. I believe that we all need to work together to fight this pandemic, and the best way to get rid of that and to essentially end the pandemic is to mandate vaccines. So I definitely support it, and I hope that we all get together and support that effort.
It's not only our health, it's about others too, because humans are not for only responsible for themselves. It is our prime duty to help others. So if we get vaccinated, then we can be all healthy together.
UM professor Kathleen Wickham stands with these students in their opinion to mandate the vaccine.
Extremely disappointed in the IHL decision, especially since the Faculty Senate at the University of Mississippi and the ASB at the University of Mississippi both called for vaccine mandates. I want to keep my students healthy and in the classroom, and certainly a mandate would have helped.
While the university can't mandate vaccines, they're still encouraging all students and faculty to get vaccinated. Here at the Student Health Center, they're offering vaccinations Monday through Friday. This is Sarah Brooks Adams with Hotty Toddy News.
Regardless of Mississippi's low vaccination rate, the state's daily coronavirus numbers still appear to be declining from the Delta variant spike. Yesterday, the Mississippi State Department of Health reported nearly 1,500 new cases. Lafayette County accounts for 54 of those new cases. 40% of the Mississippians are fully vaccinated, while Lafayette County is 48%. This week, the U.S. hit another coronavirus milestone as it reached over 675,000 deaths, which brought the death toll higher than the 1918 flu epidemic. Last Saturday, the Grove was packed with Rebel fans despite the rainy forecast. Reporter Laurel Wynn caught up with fans about how it feels to be back in the Grove.
Game days in Oxford, Mississippi are back, and after a football season with no opportunity to tailgate in Ole Miss's infamous Grove, Rebel fans and opposing team supporters alike are more excited than ever to return to their tents with family and friends, rain or shine.
We're going to be out here, no doubt about it. It's scattered thunderstorms, but even if it was 100% thunderstorms, we're going to be here supporting our Rebs and doing what we love. I've been growing up here in the Grove since I was 5 years old. We hadn't missed a Saturday, so this is just something that we've always done, and is second nature to us now.
Adults and college students aren't the only fans thrilled to step foot in the Grove again. Hundreds of kids could be seen enjoying the game day festivities with their families, making memories that will last a lifetime.
Really excited.
Some even sharing their favorite tailgating food.
Grapes. I will eventually go stealing all of them.
Fans will fill the Grove again on October 9th as Arkansas comes to town. For Hotty Toddy News, I'm Laurel Wynn.
Football season is always tough on the Grove, but thanks to the torrential downpour in the Grove this past weekend, the Grove is a muddy mess. Jordan Majerski speaks with Ole Miss Landscaping on how they are preparing for the upcoming homecoming weekend.
With the rain comes the aftermath of the wet soil.
You always have a rain game. Usually it's in November though, when the grass is gone. But this has been pretty rough in some areas.
Superintendent of Landscaping Services at Ole Miss, Nathan Lazinski, says 2 weekends of tailgating back-to-back with a prolonged period of rain have made the Grove extra muddy.
Well, if you took a golf cart down the Grove, you'd sink and get stuck. We had one guy that happened to, so we asked all of our staff to stay on the sidewalks, and it took a little bit longer because we had to walk everything out. And it was fun. I almost lost a boot a few times, but you know, we adapt and overcome. So.
The landscaping department has been working hard to aid in the recovery of the Grove. They've removed leftover trash and are preparing the ground for planting seed if the weather allows.
Hopefully, I think the rain's moved out of here for now, so maybe next week we could start kind of smoothing it out a little bit to where if it does rain again, it doesn't hold water again. But
Lazinski says one of the main issues they are facing is that the Grove is still holding water. One way tailgaters can alleviate this is by laying wheatgrass down in their tailgating area.
It's organic, it breaks down. We ask them not to put tarps or carpets down because those end up getting pushed in the mud, then they end up in a landfill. The wheat straw actually helps with compaction as well.
Lazinski says that without students, the landscaping department would not have jobs and see themselves as recruiters for this university.
It is the most beautiful campus in the nation, but it takes people to recognize that.
The University of Mississippi Landscaping Department takes pride in the work they do here on campus, but it takes the help of fans to keep the Grove beautiful. Jordan Majerski, Hotty Toddy News.
The Grove has 2.5 weeks to recover before the next home game on October 9th when the Arkansas Razorbacks come to town. As more people come into Oxford for the game days, an increased crime rate comes with them. In light of a recent rape allegation on the SAE fraternity, many Ole Miss students are taking self-defense classes to help learn and find ways to protect themselves. Reporter Sarah Gale Myers has the story.
U.S. Department of Justice reports that almost 2 million women are victims of assault every year. And while Lafayette County's cases haven't been rising, OPD officer Ben Hamilton says the threat is still present.
You know, it could happen anytime, at any place. You know, there's so many people coming in on the weekends and throughout the week.
Just last week, UM students protested against sexual violence on campus, following an incident involving an SAE fraternity member who was accused of multiple sexual assaults, leaving many people on edge.
It makes me feel a little bit uneasy hearing about the things that have happened and knowing that it's happening to my peers.
However, Oxford Police Department can help you learn how to protect yourself through self-defense classes. Hamilton is one of the instructors. He says that these classes teach you tactics against common grabs and attacks.
We're giving you options to just store in the back of your mind to have if you ever encounter a situation where somebody grabs you.
This class teaches you simple techniques that with practice can help you create distance and get you out of harmful situations.
OPD is also working to make this class a series so that participants can learn more advanced methods. Participant Elizabeth Wright says this class is already beneficial, but she is ready to learn more.
I think that I need to grow and be able to use more techniques in the future.
This class is free and available to women ages 15 and up. Sarah Gale Myers, Hotty Toddy News.
The class meets on the third Tuesday of each month for the rest of this fall from 6 to 8 p.m. That's not the only way women are coming together. Ole Miss sororities are joining forces to dance in support of the Casa Encore charity event. The money raised for the event goes to abused and neglected children. Sororities are able to raise money through a blood drive, donations, and the dance competition. The dance competition is tomorrow at the Gertrude Ford Center at 7:30 p.m. Tickets are sold online and at the Ford Center. Charitable events aren't confined to the women's side of Greek life. One Ole Miss fraternity is hosting an event next week where you can compete for prizes, all while giving to a cause. Isabella Shelton has the details.
The Pi Kappa Phi Alpha Lambda chapter at the University of Mississippi is hosting a long drive tournament to benefit the Ability Experience. Philanthropy Chair Noah Wyrosdick says this charity initiative helps people with disabilities and special needs.
Help people with disabilities and special needs become more inclusive in society and give them an opportunity to be more welcome in our society.
Participants can come to the Ole Miss golf course and enter into the competition to play against others, with a chance to win the grand prize, a brand new Callaway Maverick driver. Member Jack Thaxton is hoping for a great turnout.
We'll be raising money for kids, and hopefully a lot of people come out and we get a lot of donations.
The Ole Miss golf course is offering $3 per entry, with an unlimited amount of entries allowed. Member Adam Bergeron says this is a great event for golfers.
If you're big into golf, this is something you definitely want to get into.
If you are unable to attend the event in person, members of Pi Kappa Phi are sharing donation links to their social media for people to contribute what they can. Isabella Shelton, Hotty Toddy News.
For more information on the Ability Experience, you can visit the website at abilityexperience.org. The Oxford Blues Festival is back. The kickoff party starts tomorrow night at 7 at Lamar Yard. Concerts for Friday and Saturday will be at the festival's main stage at Harrison's. Tickets are sold online at oxfordblues.com, where you can also find the full talent lineup and schedule. Ticket prices range from $10 to $300. And finally, congratulations to our new Mr. and Miss Ole Miss, Madison Gordon and Ian Pigg. The race for homecoming king and queen isn't over yet. Brianna Berry and Bradford Stewart are in a runoff election for queen, and both king candidates will go into a runoff. The runoff will be at the Lyceum tomorrow after 7 p.m. The homecoming game is set for October 9th against Arkansas. That's all for tonight. Thank you for tuning in for Hotty Toddy News. I'm Cameron Fromm. We'll see you next week.